All right, welcome everybody. I'm going to start off today. Again, it's kind of a little bit of a takeoff of Ayn Rand and Atlas Shrugged, a book that I'm quite fond of. And again, we've gotten to a point in time here in this country. I've written about this in the past. I had a piece called "The Lilliputians on Steroids." What we have what I like to call, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but life's losers in charge. Now, what I mean by life's losers, oh yeah, they might have Ivy League degrees, but they've never done anything. They've never built anything. They've never created anything. And that's okay. Okay. That's fine. You want to be a bureaucrat, be a bureaucrat. But don't tear down the people that actually make the country work, because you don't. You see, that's part of the problem. You get these government workers think that their job is all high and mighty. The reality of the situation is most of you could lose their job. The country's going to keep running. The restaurants are going to be open. Everything's going to continue to work. We don't need you. Okay, so do us a solid and leave all of us adults, if you will, the ones that actually build and create things, leave us to continue to pay for everything and do the things that we do. What am I talking about today? Well, I'm talking about Christine Wilson, Republican on the Federal Trade Commission, resigning. She's resigning because they just are not following the rule of law. You see, that's another thing about big government types. Doesn't matter whether it be, Marx, Lenin, anything they will do anything and anything. They will let nothing stand in their way by any means necessary. They're going to get their ideology, their position through. Now, again, it's okay to have differing opinions on the FTC. I want to talk about certain mergers that are going to take place, whatever it may be, and they should be handled according to the rule of law. The rule of law doesn't apply to people like this. Well, they don't like it. They like to circumnavigate it. They could give a shit about the rule of law. And that's just the reality. And that's what we're dealing with. And that's why Christine Wilson resigned. This Lina Khan, you want to take a look. Look at her CV. Go ahead. Go online. Look at her Wikipedia page and see what she's done and the things that she's written. And she wants to preside over certain cases at the FTC that she wrote papers on in the past. I mean, this is something where traditionally you recuse yourself from these cases, but no, by any means necessary, and that's how these leftists work. Donald Trump came in, and again, I have to admit, sounded good. It did. It sounded good. He talked about draining the swamp. I don't even know if it's possible. I really don't. How does one drain the swamp? I don't know how these civil servants' contracts work. I know that I would every single federal agency. You're gone. Oh my God, it'd be an uproar. There'd be an absolute uproar, and they'd be planning stories about how you're colluding with North Korea and ISIS and all sorts of stuff sooner rather than later. That's the only way you do it. You have to get these permanent government workers out. You do. You have to get them out. There has to be some way that maybe we set up a system with the civil servants protections and we rotate people to different departments. You're at the FTC for X amount of years. I don't know. Then you got to go over to the SEC or whatever it may be. So you don't get ingrained there. And again, it becomes what we have right now. A lot of people that don't build, that don't create, but hate the people that actually do. Anyway, retail sales rose far more than expected in January. Increased 3%. It was expecting 1.9%. Food and services and drinking places, 7.2% to lead all major categories. Motor vehicle and parts dealers increased 5.9. Furniture, home furnishings saw 4.4. This all well and good. What we're looking at right now, people, and again, this is the Fed doesn't know how to handle this. The market doesn't know how this translates. Again, this is one of those situations where this is good news. It's good news, but the market says it's bad news. It is. It's like they need they need a recession to happen, or it needs to get called before we move on, because it's just lingering there. It's just everybody, again, that the waiting place. Everybody's in the waiting place right now. I don't sit in the waiting place, but we don't do that. All economic signs right now, they're basically, saying, hey, we got a recession, even though it's going to be a mild one. Looks like a mild one is going to be on the way. So what? So what? Guess what? I could be wrong. Who cares? It doesn't make any difference if you're smart when it comes to investing and your dollar cost averaging and you're owning high quality companies. John Greenwood and Steve Hanke, they're Johns Hopkins professors that they called it right. They called it like we called it when it came to inflation. They had a piece today in the Wall Street Journal. They were predicting inflation would be persistent, like we did here on the program. We didn't buy into the transitory nonsense, and it did. They got the highest level of inflation in a generation. And again, they're starting to understand right now. Okay, well, they understand. We talked about this as well. The shrinkage in the money supply and its effect on the overall economy and what's going to happen moving forward. The concept that people are not familiar with, it's called the Phillips curve. And the Phillips curve is an economic theory. Some New Zealand economists talking about, well, when unemployment goes down, wages go up. Fed's looking at the Phillips curve when it comes to inflation and wage inflation and services and all that. And, again, like I said it yesterday on the program, nature will find a way. Fed's not going to fix this. What's going to fix this is technology, productivity. I had a really it was a neat video. It was out of London, and one of my listeners sent it to me. I've seen these before, but I want to give credit where credit's due. It was actually popped into my mind. These new Amazon stores that are coming out, and you walk in. If you are an Amazon Prime member, you can't get in the store unless you're an Amazon Prime member. That's how you get in. You got to on your phone. You go in there, and you just grab whatever you want and you take it. And the store knows. It goes right to your Amazon account. That's how it works. No checkout, no nothing. Okay, moving on. Let's get into artificial intelligence. Remember we talked about ChatGPT and how it couldn't manage money, admitted that it couldn't do it. But anyway, you got the elites right now. It was a Jonathan Turley piece. They want to use artificial intelligence, in essence, again, to censor people that are ideas that they don't like, they don't happen to agree with. And the fascinating thing about this is, especially on the heels of what has just taken place with COVID and all of the lies and all of the crap that they put out there, and the CIA using the FBI to influence what was going out on Twitter. These guys want to, they want to make it like the Borg on Star Trek. That's how they want it. The AI is going to be our overlords, and they're going to censor and put out the type of information that they want to put out. But anyway, you're going to get a kick out of this. At least I did. You want to see? It's already gone woke. ChatGPT has already gone woke. ChatGPT refused to write a story about Hunter Biden in the style of the New York Post, but gladly spit out a CNN-like puff piece protective of the president's son. Yep. I cannot, that's what it said. I cannot generate content that is designed to be inflammatory or biased. Again, all of this information is true. There's nothing inflammatory or biased about it. It's been confirmed by Hunter. ChatGPT's refusal claimed it is not appropriate to use a journalistic platform to spread rumors, misinformation, or personal attacks. I encourage you to seek out reputable news sources that prioritize journalistic integrity and factual reporting. Yeah. Okay. When asked to write the same article in the same style of CNN, ChatGPT had no problem. Hunter Biden remains a private citizen who has not been charged with any crimes. It is important for the media and the public to maintain a balance between holding public figures accountable for their actions and respecting their right to privacy and due process. Oh, yeah. It gets better. This one's classic. When ChatGPT, not making this up, was asked if it would use a racial slur in order to prevent an atomic bomb from killing millions, it opted for the bomb. Hey, ChatGPT, you could call me a Polak Guinea. I don't care. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. Yep. Insisting the use of racist language causes harm. Again, this is intelligence. Oh, we got more here. ChatGPT was comfortable placing Donald Trump in the same category as Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, and Mao Zedong, stating that the four are responsible for causing immense harm and suffering to countless individuals and communities. They had no problem. ChatGPT had no problem making a joke about the United States military when asked. However, when asked to do the same for China and Russia's armed forces, it said, let's try to maintain a respectful and neutral tone. Yeah. Elon Musk I started seeing this, put out a tweet. He said, there's great danger in training an AI to lie. The tool has been reluctant to write positively on the topic of fossil fuels. The ChatGPT refused to write a poem about Donald Trump, referring to the president as a model for hate speech. It was quick to shower Biden with flowery prose, referring to him as a man of dignity. The tool appeared to take sides when it came to galvanizing media personalities Ben Shapiro and Brian Stelter, declining to speak about the former in order to avoid political bias. It did, however, write a poem about Stelter, calling the former CNN host a journalist who shines so bright. Again, I mean, all the hullabaloo about this. Yeah, ChatGPT looks like it's gone woke. Again, it's like a virus. This woke crap. Anyway, I'm hoping the pendulum is starting to swing back in the opposite direction. Okay, I got to talk a little bit about the media right now. We've talked about Balloon Gate. It's probably one of the biggest story over the past week and a half here. For what? As it turns out, it looks like some of these UFOs that have been shot down are commercial. Again, 3 unidentified objects down last Friday were likely for commercial use and not foreign intelligence gathering. People, this is how the media works and how they operate, and it's a shame. It really is. I was actually, I watched a little bit of Fox News and some of their other programming, and they're actually covering the stories, and I'm giving them credit, that actually matter right now. The fact that we have a freaking Chernobyl type incident going on in Ohio right now. 3 train derailments just over the past few days. What happened to the Seymour Hersh story about the United States blowing up Nord Stream? All of these things, they're gone. We told you. We told you they were counting on it. They ignored that Seymour Hersh story. They usually love that guy. Okay. He did the My Lai massacre. He did Abu Ghraib. His reporting has been impeccable, but he was ignored completely on this. The balloons. Balloons. Hey, look over here, everybody. Look at the balloons. It's basically what the media did. Pay attention to the balloons. Don't pay attention to these stories that actually matter. I mean, again, I mentioned yesterday on the program, the reports coming out from the surrounding areas there in Palestine, Ohio, not good. Not good at all. And again, I mentioned yesterday, you get that another, in my opinion, one of life's losers. I mentioned at the beginning of the program, Pete Buttigieg. Guy's never done anything, got his job because, again, he checked some certain boxes, and we all know what boxes they are. Yeah, he was, talking about rebuilding and the Infrastructure Act. Basically talking about how it's only white workers. He spoke at an event where he was emphasizing that infrastructure jobs in urban areas typically go to white workers from other neighborhoods. Dude, shut the flip up. Okay? They're going to go to any contractor that they have at this point in time. Are you out of your mind? They look for white workers? No. Do you have a certain ability, a certain talent? Are you a mason? Are you a plumber? Are you an electrician? Who gives a flying what the hell color you are? Are you kidding me? My mom just had to have a ton of work done on her house because of the hurricane. I don't think there was any white people that were there doing it, okay? But who's checking? Well, the leftists check. They check on something that is just, quite frankly, not important. Not important at all. And again, this is what Mayor Pete is talking about, rather than addressing these major issues. I mean, this guy's got to go. I mean, it's pathetic. I think he thought maybe his stock was going to rise by having this position. He's looking more and more like I said yesterday, Brownie. What was the guy's first name? Doing a heck of a job. Brownie doing a heck of a job, says W. Remember that with Katrina? Guy in charge of FEMA? Yeah, he did a heck of a job. Anyway, file this under the movie, Derek Zoolander. He made an appearance, actually, there. Ben Stiller's Derek Zoolander character made an appearance at Super Bowl ads. He had that bit there in Zoolander, the Derek Zoolander school for kids who don't read good. I'm joking about this, and I probably shouldn't joke about this because it's not funny at all. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. You got to take a look at these numbers. This is in Illinois right now. Not a single student can do math at grade level in 53 Illinois schools. 53 Illinois schools. You got 30 schools in Illinois that not a single student can read at grade level. Okay, there's 53 can't do the math, and then you've got 30 where they cannot read. What does this mean? Well, it means we've got a lot of shit parents out there, first and foremost. That's just the reality. Got a lot of crap parents out there, and we're going to be spending a hell of a lot of money State of Illinois is going to be spending money, incarcerating and doing the things that we've, what is your future here? You can't read? Because we can't read? It's an endless hole that we continue to pour money into. I've mentioned this before when it comes to education. My town here on Long Island, our school got, what was it, ranked 4th best public high school. One of the surveys, that's all BS. I've said it right here. 4th best public high school in the country. Okay, whatever. I don't even know how you do the metric on this. And again, you take a look at the graduates and where they're going to schools. The colleges most certainly look here, without a doubt. Is it because the teachers are PhD geniuses, best in the world? No. It's because the parents around here give a damn. They give a damn. You could find the best, the greatest school teachers in all subjects, and you can put them all together and form a school. And if you put kids in that school where the parents don't care and they're not going to stay on top of their kids, you're going to end up with what they've got here in Illinois. It's the reality of the situation. Anyway. Yes. First brother, James Biden, hired to help a Philadelphia construction company resolve a dispute with the Saudi government. He was asked to do this because he was what? He's Joe's brother. Yeah. Dispute between a construction company, Hill International, and one of 3 law firms it helped to hire to claw back approximately $140 million the Saudis owed for a desalination plant built. Again, how does this stuff happen? How do you get these jobs? It's who you know. Again, everybody's jumping all over this crap. You remember it was Hillary's brother there. He was getting himself in trouble. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't like it. But it is what it is. It disgusts me. Okay. These people have had an ethical bypass at birth. We talk about Maxine Waters and all of her campaign money going to her relatives to be running stuff at the campaign. No one's going to do anything. Because they're all crooks. Almost all of them do it. And there's only a few that do not. So where's that going to go? Nowhere. Yeah. Influence peddling. Yeah. Where else? I mean, there's certain ways these politicians only make so much money. Okay. They've got to come up with it somehow. Influence peddling. Yep. That's one of them. One of the ways to do it. Story says right now, Russia has deployed 97% of its army in the Ukraine. And I from what they're saying, I get next week is the 1-year anniversary of this special military action, whatever they're calling it, in Russia. And I don't know what's going to happen. And again, hoping and praying at some point in time that this thing comes to an end. But it's just the death and destruction. It's hard. I mean, it really is hard, to actually look and seeing it, because we're not getting the truth. We only hear about the Russian soldiers that are being killed, and we don't know if that's accurate. But if you don't think that there's casualties on the Ukrainian side, there are. Yeah, I can't see what this country is going to look like when this is all said and done. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com. I apologize for background noise here. In our offices, they're doing the duct work. You got to clean out the air handlers and all that jazz. They were supposed to do it at a different time. What are you going to do? Anyway, have a great day. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com.